And I am live. Uh-oh. Welcome to another episode of Mondays with Miko, Housing Edition. So, Miko for Mayor / Housing Edition. I'm so excited. I have some super fabulous guests in the green room today, and I hope that you guys are going to get a nugget of information today from my guests that you will be able to take home. Okay, so if the information that I'm sharing is not something that's 100% pertinent to you, please pass it on, especially what we're going to be talking about today, y'all. So excited. Okay, so last week, another very busy week. Your girl is getting super tired. And if you're watching on repeat, I appreciate you. And don't forget, even if you're on repeat, you can like and share, okay? So if you can please do that, that way I can get the word out. And for those of you who don't know, I'm Miko Pickett. I'm running for mayor of Mullins. And my platform is Stronger Together. That's the that's kind of what encompasses our platform, right? Is that when we work together, we will be stronger. There's no doubt about that. And so the three key areas that I'm going to focus on is going to be economic development, which is a continuation of the economic development work that the mayor of Mullins, Robert L. Woodbury, has so amazingly done. The second thing is housing, and third is city beautification. So the purpose of this live today is we are going to talk about housing, y'all. All right. So, but before I get there and bring my friends on, again, like and share, please. Um, we had a Stronger Together community event on Saturday, and I do want to thank everybody who attended. This has truly been or is in a process of being, hello, Joanne, of being the experience of a lifetime. Um, I don't, I thought I knew a lot of people in Mullins. Thank you for sharing, Cynthia. I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing. I thought I knew a lot of people in Mullins, but come to find out, I don't. But I'm getting to know you guys. And, as I meet new people that may have heard about me, may have heard about the work, but don't know me, it just is warming my heart. And so as you're driving around town and you see the yard signs, they do have my number on there, and that's my campaign number. And so during the campaign, that's the number to my campaign office. You call that number, 10 times, you're going to get me. If I'm unable to pick up, you can leave me a text. You can text me at that number, or you can also leave a voicemail. Okay. So thank you for sharing, Joanne. Now, when I'm mayor, because I am running to win, not to lose. When I'm mayor, it's going to be more of the same. The transparency is going to be there. Right now, the city office is pretty awesome. You can call the city number, and 9 out of 10 times you're going to get Ronette. Right? It's going to be the same way. You will be able to schedule appointments with me. I will be at City Hall. So that will be where my office is. I will have regular office hours. You will be able to talk to me. My plan is to be accessible within reason, right? Everybody, accessible within reason, but very much accessible. Let me fix my camera, guys. So just wanted to share that. And, it's just really been a pleasure getting to meet so many new people and to hear your views. So when I do get an opportunity to meet you, hey, Terry, please tell me, tell me the top two things that are on your mind from Mullins, because a lot of people are telling me. And the cool thing is it's kind of wrapping up right into what our platform is. All right. So I am going to go ahead and queue up my first guest. My first guest is probably somebody who does not need any introduction at all. I'm going to go ahead and bring my friend, City Councilwoman, Mullins City Councilwoman, District 3, Terry Delora Davis, to the stage. Welcome, Ms. Davis.
Thank you so much, Miko Pickett. thank you for allowing me this opportunity to come on Mondays with Miko to talk to you about something that's been a pet peeve of mine for so long. It's an eyesore in the city, and that's the demolition of the houses, poor houses.
Yeah, listen,
Um,
Terry, you and I, so for those of you that don't know, Terry and I are really good friends. The whole time that I have been here in Mullins, we have really been connected at the hip from the toy drive and Terry's like, you need to, it was Terry Davis's idea for us to move Pick 42 Foundation from Charlotte.
yes,
Ain't that crazy, y'all? Wait, wait, wait. I
I
gotta
think
plug in
it's
my
one of
phone.
the best things could have happened.
I was like, sorry,
And
sorry.
I don't think it's one of the best things that could have happened. It is one of the best things could have happened for Mullins. And you don't know how much we appreciate Pick 42.
Awesome, awesome. And
But
Pick
today,
42
let's,
Foundation appreciates Mullins, really,
yes,
from the bottom of my heart. And getting this whole new, getting to see Mullins because I've been here. Terry, you can attest for this. Me and my husband,
oh,
we've
yeah.
been married 36 years. My
So you've
kids
been here.
went to my kids went to school, not to school every summer. School ended in New Jersey. They spent their summers right here in Mullins with their grandmom. But today we're going to talk about tearing down of the abandoned houses.
Yeah.
And I absolutely had to have Miss Terry Davis on my show to discuss this because I feel like it's been your life passion. Miss Davis, how long have you been working on the goal of tearing down abandoned and burned down houses in our community?
The last 7 years, since I started the deteriorating of the properties, I think every first thing we got to understand is that no city council or no city council person or the city of Mullins can tear down someone's property. There's a
Mm-hmm.
process.
Mm-hmm.
We
But we'll get
started
to
a
that. We'll
process.
get we'll get we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you have been so for 11 years plus, you have
Mm-hmm.
had this passion to
Yes.
tear down the abandoned building, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got
Yes.
that. So, and I'm gonna tell y'all something about Miss Davis. You can't have her in the car with you. If we when we drive through her district, she's like, pull over, let me pick up this trash. Or pull over, let me look at this house, right? So it's a long car ride with Miss Davis. So let's talk about kind of where does the program stand. We know you've done a lot of work, a lot of work to get the city to the point where we're about to tear down houses. Is that true? Where does the
Yes.
program stand right now?
Let me go back because I think people need to understand this process of trying to tear their houses down didn't start last week or last month when we just went within the last 6 months of working on this grant. We started this process some time ago, and we found out when this is since we've had the mayor, Robert Woodbury, who realized that we had to have a building inspector in place and a certified code enforcer. We got that established. But prior to them coming on, we had started the process of identifying all the abandoned houses. And we realized that there are a total of over 200 in Mullins,
So
over
in the city
200
limit of
abandoned houses.
Mullins, in the city limit of Mullins, I want to make sure you guys hear that. In the city limit of Mullins, we have over 200 abandoned houses, and
Mhm.
it's
And
Mullins is not
let me
Mullins is
explain
not that.
this word. Let me explain this word abandoned so you understand what we're saying. We are talking about family members who are paying the taxes on the property, but
Mm-hmm.
they're not maintaining the property and they're not doing anything with the houses. That's how we were
Gotcha.
able to identify them as abandoned. So if you saw a house that had a poster on it, that means that it has been identified by the building inspector and our code enforcer. And that's Curtis Richardson, who is our building inspector, and Spencer Jordan, who's our code enforcer. And thank God for them because they've
Yes.
been working really hard to identify the houses. And the other thing is the city didn't have a lot of ordinance in place to make a move. So we couldn't do anything. But now that we have all the ordinance in place, so now we're in the process of we already identified them. The state has a grant now. That's something that we never had, was a grant that was available to just specifically
Tear down
demolish
houses. I get that.
demolition.
Give me one sec, right? Let's get
Okay.
some folks in here real quick. Uh
Okay.
John Wright says, "Hey Miss Davis, we love you and support you. If you need to sign up on 76." Oh,
Thank
that's
you.
that's
Thank
John Wright.
you.
And
Thank
Katina
you.
Williams, she says, "Hey Miko and cousin."
That's
So
Terry.
I take it you're the cousin.
Cousin. Yes.
Tina says that. So okay, so the grant. So
Yes.
can you tell us about how much money is this grant for, and what exactly will this grant do?
Okay. The grant writer for Mullins is Ogarita White, and this is the information that she shared with me, that the grant will be for $550,000.
Wow.
$550,000, and the cost per house to tear down would possibly be between 30,000 to 45,000. That's
Wow.
one reason why the city could never afford to tear them down. We
So
had to
wait.
speak up.
So you're telling me at one abandoned house
One abandoned house,
costs
regardless of the size,
$35,000 to tear down.
yes, DHEC. That's the biggest cost. DHEC has to do an inspection.
Mm-hmm.
And if it has asbestos in it, that's even more. So that's been the problem. The city has never had the funding to tear the houses down, nor have we had property owners to say, yes, you can tear them down. That's the key thing. And Miko, let me mention to everybody, most of the houses that are still standing is air property. There's a difference between me just owning a house and you as an individual just owning a house, and you can just say nay or yay. But when you got air property, that means that's more than two people, and that could be 2 to 35 or 40 people. And all of these people have to sign off before we can even touch the house, even after we get the grants. We still have to have the signature.
That's a lot of work. That's a lot
That's
of
a
work.
lot of work.
I have a question for you. So Darren Williams, he says, I'm glad you're explaining this. He said he understood, but a lot of folks don't listen. So let's unpack that. So we're applying for the grant.
Mm-hmm.
How many houses? This is the question I get all the time. Okay. How many houses will be torn down and when?
How many houses? We are talking about a block grant. We're not talking about a grant that's going to cover all of our districts. We're talking about only a block grant. And I am fortunate enough in District 3 to live in a block. And when I describe the block, let me tell you what District 3 is. District 3 is from the corner of Dixon and Park Street. That's the side that Dallas Platt lives on. Everybody know Mr. Platt. On that side of Dixon Street, all the way over across Mullins, over to East End, you make a left on East End, you go up to Old Nichols Highway you get on East End Street and take it to Old Nichols. You make a left on Old Nichols and come back down to Park Street. And the Park Street, the side that you live on, that's the side that's part of District 3, and it goes back down to the corner of Dixon. But we identified 13 to 14, about 15 houses that will be in this block grant.
Okay.
In this particular block grant. But remember, once we get the grant started, we can always go and reapply and complete the city. But right now, we're focusing on District 3.
That's not bad. That's almost 10% of our total number of abandoned houses.
Yes.
Right? Because you said it was 200 total
if
houses.
I make a mistake, and I stand to be corrected on that, but I think it's close to 200 overall. All that have been identified in the city. And this is since we've had our building inspector, Mr. Richardson, and the code enforcer who've gone out in these houses, in these dangerous houses, to try to identify them as abandoned houses.
Okay. So Katina says, y'all doing a great job, and I'm excited to support y'all. You both know that. Thank you, Tina. We love you. Love you so much.
Yes.
Don't forget, like and share. Let everybody know I have Terry Delora Davis, City Council Woman, District 3, the visionary. behind wanting to tear down the houses. And the city council works as a unit with the mayor. Absolutely works as a
Yes.
unit with the mayor. But I
Yes.
tell you, when you guys go to the city council meetings, and it is absolutely, you guys all work together, and everybody knows that's an issue in our town. But Miss Davis, your energy, your passion for this project just oozes all over. Like I can see it, I can feel it when I'm in a room, when I'm near
Yes.
you and walking the district.
Mm-hmm. And
So
Miss Pickett, I think we have the people need to know that the longer those abandoned houses depreciate the value of the homes that are surrounding it. So it's not something that we can do. We need everybody's support. If you live in an area or you live near an abandoned house, you need to get in contact with the city. If you know someone that you can also, we need the city's support in order to get this completed. We've done everything in the world we can, and we're still working hard every day, sending out letters, making phone calls, making the right contacts with the people we need to take care of this situation. But when you're dealing with air property, it's not a overnight process.
yes, and Terry Robinson says, she says, I'm sorry. Great job. And Terry, I'm sorry. I don't know if that's Terry, male or female. I don't have my glasses on.
Mm-hmm.
But Terry Robinson says, great job. And I'm going to
Thank you.
tell you, Miss Davis, because I say all the time, we're 129574. What happens
Yes.
in one part of town impacts people at the other
Ex-
part of town. So
exactly.
we have to be work together. We are stronger together because I'm telling you, I'm in property management and my homeowner's insurance at the houses that I own is through the roof. It's through the roof. I paid more. My homeowner's insurance in Mullins, South Carolina is higher than it was when I lived in New Jersey. So all of these things are going to help us all. Thank you, Terry, for correcting me. Terry says she's female. Terry Fly. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. So, Miss Davis, I'm going to bring on my next guest. But before I do you have any? I want you to stay with us for this next guest, please. You have some more time?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, perfect. But before I do you have any other closing words about the abandoned houses you'd like to share with the people?
Stay in contact with the city, and we'll keep you abreast on what steps we're in. We've already done the biggest part of the grant has been accomplished, and that took the efforts of, again, I keep saying Curtis Richardson because he's has an impact in what we are doing here, a very big. And Olga Rita Williams, our grant writer and special events coordinator. Those and it's four of them that we have besides the mayor. You have to keep in mind that's Curtis Richardson, the billing inspector. That's so when you see these folks, thank them because their hard work and their labor is the reason why we've gotten thus far with the grant, and we're still crossing our fingers that when they're approved in December, Mullins, South Carolina, will be one of those that are get approved. But it's because of the mayor. It's because of Curtis Richardson, the billing inspector. It's because of Jordan Spencer, our code enforcer, and definitely our grant writer, Olga Rita, who's been very, very instrumental in putting this whole piece together to make sure that we get this grant accomplished. And I think I got excited when we got to the part of the grant, when they start asking for input from those in the community. I got to thank the people in District 3 that I've had the chance to go and visit you because I've been doing some door-to-door talking with individuals, letting them know what we are doing. And they're all excited. They've completed their part of the application and they're writing letters that need to be sent in also.
Awesome. Well, thank you
Yes.
so much for that. So,
Yes.
while I bring on my next guest, one of the things that I've learned since I got a drop there. There we go. Oh, I lost her. Let me bring her. One of the things that I've learned since getting active, being very involved with the city of Mullins through nonprofit partnerships, right? Because what happens is, as a nonprofit leader and executive director, I'm all over the state. I'm in Charleston, I'm in Columbia, I'm in Greenville. So I'm in spaces where there's resources. Resources not just for nonprofits, but resources for cities. So I'm like, okay, well, let me bring this back. Well, let me bring this back. And then one thing that I've realized is having a strong nonprofit city relationship is awesome because there's doors that the city can walk in and there's doors that the nonprofit can walk in. And one of those doors that I am so happy about is a new housing program that Pick 42 Foundation has partnered with Bethel Word and a company NACA. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring Jan Nixon to the stage. Hello, Miss Nixon.
Hello, Miss Miko Pickett. How are you this evening?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Before we get into NACA, I did not do a good job queuing it up, so I'm going to ask you some questions. But can you introduce yourself and maybe give us a little bit of background on NACA, NACA?
Love to. Thank you again. So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jennifer Nixon, and I am the Marion County Food Policy Council Coordinator for Pick 42 Foundation. But tonight, I have put on my hat to introduce you to NACA. NACA stands for the Neighborhood Assistance Corporation of America, and it is also a nonprofit organization. And as Ms. Miko said, NACA and Peak 42 Foundation have partnered or are partnering to bring NACA to Mullins, South Carolina. Can we say yay?
Well, wait till they find out. Let me put up a slide here.
Okay.
I'm going to put up and then I'm going to ask you some questions,
Okay,
okay?
great. Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to show this.
Okay.
Hopefully you guys can see it. So this is
Okay.
my understanding of NACA. And then Ms. Jan, I'm going to let you correct me if I'm wrong. No down payment.
No down payment.
No closing costs.
No
You
closing
get a
costs.
mortgage. So
You get a
achieve the
mortgage.
dream. No
Yes.
down payment.
Right.
No closing costs.
Right.
And what about the credit score, Ms. Chan?
The credit score is not an issue, okay? NACA is willing to work with anyone who wants to achieve the dream of home ownership. They are willing to work with you. So that is not an issue in order to get your own home. NACA, again, is an organization that provides housing for minorities. That is their goal, to put anyone who wants to be in a house of their own. And so NACA is coming to Mullins on October 19th. They're going to be at Bethel, I'm sorry,
I
October
told them
19th.
save the date. Save the date.
Save the date, definitely. October 19th at Bethel Word Church, which is pastored by our own Mayor Robert Woodbury. The event is going to be from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock. It is a 4-hour meeting, okay? So come prepared to learn a lot, to receive a lot of information that's going to help you achieve the dream of home ownership. And we're really excited about that.
Yes, yes. And so in order to because it's underwritten, my understanding is underwritten by Bank of America as well as Citigroup.
Thank you. It's underwritten by HUD, okay?
So by HUD, okay.
By HUD, yes, ma'am. Okay. And so the money is out there. It's just a matter of us filling out the applications, putting in the time, putting in the work to make sure that that we are not left out of this process.
So what about can people make too much money?
No, ma'am. People cannot make too much money. As a matter of fact, the young man that is our co-sponsor told me that he recently helped a doctor get into a home of her own. Okay, and everybody knows that the doctors make big bucks. So there is no income that is too great and no income that is too small. Anyone who wants to have their own home can get their own home through NACA.
So I'm just like, because I know Pick 42 Foundation can't comment on me running for mayor, but the name of the program is Achieve the Dream.
That's right.
And when I sit here and think about the future of Mullins, the passion that Terry Delora Davis has shown on my show today, and which I experience from her every single day, and these abandoned houses that are being torn down. And now if you're out there, if you have an opportunity to achieve this dream, and I couldn't be more excited, So questions. Let me see if we have any questions. Let me go over there. Happy dance. Terry says happy dance. Yes, y'all.
Yeah.
This is a mortgage,
Definitely.
right? And I'm telling you, mortgages are difficult because 20% of $100,000, 20% of $200,000 for the down payment alone, that's not attainable.
That's right.
For a lot
And
of people. For a lot of people.
for a lot of people. That's right. But the good thing about it is they're willing to work with you from start to finish. Let me say, if you look at that flyer that you put up earlier, okay,
Mhm.
there's a QR code there that you can go and click on, okay, to get more information about NACA and how you would go about getting the necessary documents that you need. So you need, of course, your social security card. You'll need just some documents that will help them to put in your application so you can get an ID, a NACA ID, and that's how they're going to move you from one step to the next toward achieving your own home. And it's a real simple process. It's nothing that's hard to do. I heard from a young man just last week. He says that he went to NACA training maybe a week ago, and he's getting his ID this coming Tuesday, and they're getting ready to set him up with his very own home. So
Wow.
yes, I'm excited about that.
Me too.
Okay,
So we do have some questions out here.
okay.
So Miss Jan, is this just for Mullins, South Carolina, or is this available for Marion County?
It is available throughout Marion County, and the good thing about it is if you go to our website, okay, or go online to our Facebook page, you can use that QR code, and the presenter is going to be it's going to be a virtual session, okay. So people will actually
But they have
come.
to be in person though. You cannot be virtual.
No,
You got to show up at
yeah,
Bethel Word.
you gotta show up, okay, at Bethel Word. Come to Bethel Word on October 19th at 9 o'clock. Get there a little early so you can get a good seat, okay? Get there a little early so you can get a good seat. And the presenter is going to be virtual, so you can come there and listen to the presentation, okay, and sign up to get your NACA ID, okay? So
Yes. And so
we're super excited, and it's not just for Marion County; it's for anyone. It's for
that's right.
anyone.
And so because it's my understanding that we're going to be reaching out to some neighboring counties because
Yes,
y'all, we're rural.
yes,
And NACA, they're in Florence, they're in Columbia,
yeah.
they're in Charlotte. Those cities are bigger cities. Pick 42 Foundation had to do a lot of legwork to get them to come here.
A
And in
lot of
order,
legwork.
a lot of
A
legwork.
lot.
A lot.
And in order for them to come here, we got to show up with between 75 and
Right.
what's the number? 200
At least. Yeah. Between
at least.
75 and 200 bodies. Okay. Bodies and seats. We need you there. Okay. We need you there.
And,
Even if you want to come and get the information and share it with someone else, we need you to be there. Okay. We need you to be there.
and so thank you so much, Kenneth, for asking that question because it's not just for Mullins. It
No.
is for this. You can go through this
Yeah.
program that we're bringing to Mullins,
Yes.
get a mortgage, and go
Yeah.
buy a house in Florence. I'm
That's
not
right.
saying you ain't going to do that. But
Yeah.
let me tell you what I'm asking. As a matter of fact, I want to get a little bit up close and personal here for a second. Y'all. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Let me tell you what I'm asking. What I'm asking is that invest in Mullins. Let's rebuild Mullins together. Let's be stronger together. This platform that Pick 42 Foundation is bringing to the table and Bethel Word is bringing to the table is not just about Mullins.
No.
But I want you all, you've heard from Terry Davis, and Terry Davis is talking about tearing down the abandoned houses. How awesome would it be for you to build and keep your roots right
Right.
here in Marion
And
County and or right here in Mullins? I think that would be great. And I think
Yeah.
that's what we need to keep our community strong, right? So when I say stronger together, it's like
stronger together.
we're going to
Yes.
help you guys to get to that point. So, Ms. Jan, how long? How long does it do they give you like a time frame? How long it takes from the time that you go to the interest
Okay.
meeting to actually
Okay.
get the mortgage?
That's a great question. Everybody's situation is different. Okay. So everything depends upon how soon you get your information together, and you know what kind of a home they want to put you in, the home that you want to be in. Okay. So in that respect, everybody's situation is a little bit different. There is no cookie cutter time frame. Everybody's situation is different. So it just depends upon how long it takes you to get your information together, what kind of information you can bring to the table. And by that, I mean looking at how you have set up paying your bills and that type of thing. They'll look at that information because that's important. What kind of a mortgage are you interested in? You know, some people's pockets kind of would determine, you know, whether or not you have a large mortgage or a smaller mortgage. Okay, and when I say that, I mean the payments. What type of a mortgage you're interested in? All right. Some people's
Yes.
pockets are a little deeper than others. Is what I'm really saying. Okay.
And anything that's worth having is
Yeah.
worth investing in, right?
Definitely.
Investment.
So these
Yeah.
people are coming to town. They're saying we're going to give you a mortgage. You have to put no
Yeah.
money down. You have to pay no closing costs. Your credit.
Right.
So we're not going to consider your credit because
Right.
credit keeps a lot of us out of home ownership.
That's true.
But you need to start making your payments on time.
That's right.
If you never
That's
made a
important.
payment on time before,
Now's the time.
start today.
Start today. Yeah. Now's the time. Definitely. Yeah.
Start today. So we
Yeah.
got
Let
a
me
question. I'm sorry.
I don't have a question. I want to add on, but I want to make sure Jan get everything out about NACA because I want to share some other information that Olga Rita, our grant writer, and also along with I want to share when Janice, when you finish, I want to
No,
add
no, no.
some
Go
more
ahead.
because there are
No,
other
go ahead. Go ahead.
options. The
No, no, go ahead.
question
Go ahead.
came, we did a tour about a month ago, and part of that tour was the part of Cobb, the grant people that are writing the grant, along with the Senator Williams, the Mayor Mullins, myself, and some other city councils. We went into this district, and one of the questions that was asked, okay, so you tear the houses down, what happens next? Well, we're here Jan sharing with us today about NACA, but we have other options that's going to be in place. I don't really want to share all the information on that, but right now we're working, trying to make sure when those houses are down, and they may not want to hold onto the property. We are looking for builders to come in. We're looking for contractors to come in. So we're compiling a list of other builders that can come in if you're still interested in holding on to your property and you like to build on it, along with this information. But so we are not just going to tear down and you're going to have a lot of vacant spaces. No, we are a step ahead of this game. We're saying, okay, now if we get this grant, we tear them down. Our next option is what can we put there? And we'll be getting back with you. I can't wait, Miko, until December when the grant goes through that we come back and we tell you step by step what we are getting ready to do and what our other options are going to be for the properties.
And that was my point. My point is just that, is that one thing, you guys, I'm running for mayor, right? And you can judge me based on my actions, right? So as Pick 42 Foundation, leader of that organization, I've been transparent. And people criticize me for putting stuff out on Facebook, sending stuff to social. But you need to know, if we're going to be a community-based organization, you need to know what your community-based organization is doing. I'm going to be the same way as mayor. As all these things are coming out and being made available, it's going to be my goal to make sure that they're made available to all of Mullins people, right? So we plan to meet you where you are so you can get this wonderful information. So, Ms. Jan, we got a question.
Okay.
The question is, what if you already own your home and you're trying to finish work to make it livable?
Okay.
Get a mortgage.
Definitely. Yes, ma'am. You can. You can get a mortgage, okay, through NACA, and they will help you make that possible. That's why I'm stressing, okay, please attend the workshop and get this information firsthand from the presenter so that you will know what steps to take from there to make your home livable. Okay?
Yes. So visit, if you're on Facebook, you can go to Pick 42 Foundation's Facebook page. It's going to be up on the website. I was told maybe a little bit later today. So you can go there in order to get the link. I'm gonna go ahead and put this up. There it is. There's the link, www.pick42foundation.org, because you do have to register. You cannot show up. And we need 75 to 200 people in order to have this here. Right? A lot of times, the reason why we don't have things in our town is because people from bigger cities, they don't think we're going to show up.
Right.
Okay.
That's right. And we need, I'm not to cut you, but we need that that partnership. We need people to come to the event so that NACA knows that we're serious about this. Okay. We want them to really know that the people in Mullins want to achieve the dream of home ownership. And the beautiful thing about this is that Miko Pickett, even though she's on sabbatical right now, she has a business background. Okay, she has a business background, and so she can help make this possible. Her vision to actually have NACA come to our area is just something that is going to be beneficial to all of us. And with home ownership creates generational wealth, and that's something that we all are about, especially
Yes.
Here at Pick 42 Foundation and throughout the city of Mullins. And I was just so excited to hear Ms. Davis talk about tearing down those abandoned homes that are just making our city. That's just a blight on our city, and we want our city to be it is a beautiful city. Mullins is a beautiful place.
Yes.
And we know it is, and it can just be even more beautiful if we are stronger together, if we work on it together.
Exactly. And because just today I was at Myra's, Myra Davis, Crime with Glory, she does hair. And she was she asked me a question. And her question was, how do we she remembered the days when we had businesses and factories and the small
Yes.
businesses was booming. She said, how do we get back to that? I said, business owners aren't blind.
Right.
People that are investing in communities, they can see. So when they come to Mullins, they don't need to just see a beautiful Main Street.
No.
They need to see a beautiful Main Street, a beautiful Park Street, parks and places for the kids to play. 2, 3, 4 streets off of Main Street, right?
Yeah.
So we have to work together in this. And I'm excited. I'm excited for the partnerships that we have in place. I hope you guys can feel my passion, because I really mean it. And sometimes, I say things, I don't mean them to come off harsh, but it's true, right? We want to bring, there's a couple other things that are stopping, that are slowing us down. Let me put that, and we will get to that. But together we'll be stronger. So Katina says, I think she's talking about NACA. She says that would be amazing. I can't wait. Me and my hubby are going to be there again. Yes.
Awesome.
Register now.
Please.
And tell folks.
Please.
And tell folks.
Yeah.
We got another one. Oh, John Wright. We love you, John. John says, Mullins, you got leaders here. Vote and support them. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Cynthia Wilson says she'll be there. Katina says we need to get back to that. I'm not sure what we were talking about when she said
back
that.
to the businesses being on Main Street. And back to beautifying the streets. Yeah, definitely.
And Cynthia says, thank God for loving the people of City of Mullins. We love you guys. That's awesome. That's awesome. So I do have I think it was Cynthia that asked the question about how to it's called construction loan, Cynthia. So you basically get a mortgage with the construction in there. So where Ms. Davis is talking about these lots that could be available, it can be available for you to build on with builders that are, I guess, pre-approved, Ms. Davis. How are you guys going about bringing builders to the city?
We're going to come, I'm going to have to follow up with you with that. We're just starting the process of trying to locate and identify those builders who would be interested in coming. And I throw this out here, and I want you to make sure you share it, because we have a lot of folks from the Mullins area that would love to come back here and build homes. So you need to be looking at this also. And we will be getting in contact with you, letting you know step by step as to what we are doing to make sure this happens.
Yes. So we will continue this platform of getting information out to the city. And there's a town hall. It's not a town hall. It's called a
public planning meeting
on Thursday.
Planning meeting. Yeah, on Thursday at 5:30 at City Hall. And this is part of the grant that we are writing with CACAB. The grant that we are writing now, this is also part of that. And we're going to invite you to come out, and we're going to talk about infrastructure. We're going to talk about safety issues. We're going to talk about business development and housing and neighborhoods revitalization. So these are things that we're working on. This is one of many meetings that we've already had. The last one was just so successful. I think we had some of every background in there. People were talking about all the issues. We just, if you've been around the city for the last 2 weeks, you've noticed that we got the assessments, community assessment that we're asking everybody to sign off on. Those will be turned in at that meeting also. So we need your support. I look forward to seeing you on Thursday at this meeting. But one more thing, Miko, before I go, even though I'm here on housing.
You know, well, wait. Let's wrap up this segment. Wait.
Okay. Can I just
I
please
got
say
you,
this?
Jen. I got you,
Okay.
Jen. We're so excited, y'all.
Okay,
Yes.
Y'all.
super
Tiny
excited.
Tabitha
But
James says she's registered and she will be there.
yay,
So she is
Thank
in
you,
Lakeview,
Tabitha.
y'all.
yay,
Tab,
Yes.
awesome.
help us get the word out. We need to
Please.
get. Why don't we just say we're going to need to have 150 people in Bethel Word? Can we do that,
Please.
y'all? Can we
Please.
find 150 people that want to buy a house
A
and have
house. That's right.
generational wealth?
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Awesome.
And let
Okay,
me just
Jen.
say this. Okay, so Peak 42 Foundation is located at 158 South Main Street, right here in Mullins on Main Street again. And if you have any difficulty with applying, if you need some help with the application, what I mean by that, if you need help registering for the session, okay, please don't hesitate to come by Peak 42, and someone here will be more than happy to help you register for the event, okay? Because we are a community-based organization and we do our very best to help anyone who comes through our doors.
Awesome. Look at
Yes.
that. I hate leaving them, but they're doing such an amazing job, Jen. I thank you so much for your leadership there. So Katina says, she said, yes, she's talking about the businesses. She said, yes, we had so many businesses on Main Street. I remember just having places to go and shop in our town. We had fairs. It was awesome. We need the businesses. Terry Robinson, I love what she's saying. What's she saying, y'all? If we
If we
build
build
it, they
it,
will
it will
come
come.
back.
Yes.
Look, come back. Awesome.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
back. I love that. And then Cynthia was saying yes to something. Joanne says definitely. And Diane Rembert, oh, thank you so much, Miss Diane. She said you're all doing an awesome job
Thank you.
Thank
together.
you. Thank you.
Together. Because
Thank
like
Yes.
Miss Davis said, there would be no grant if the community didn't come out and fill out the
Mhm.
paperwork to say we
Right.
don't want these abandoned houses. There would be no grant to tear down the abandoned houses if the people didn't sign off on their property. So
Right.
those of you that got cousins, brothers, uncles, sisters that live in New York, New Jersey,
Please.
Pennsylvania, California,
Please.
and they
Please.
say they have land here in
Yeah.
Mullins,
Yeah.
tell them to let it go if it's tearing down and busted up. So
Definitely.
that way we can grow.
Right.
Okay?
That's right.
Miko, I got to share this with you. The building inspector is so excited too because the responses that he's getting back from the letters, the information that he's sending out, they've never had this kind of information given to them, and the response has been very positive. So we are looking forward to everything that we've talked about today. We're looking forward to all of these things taking places, and there's so much more to be done. But these are key issues, just like you said, we're going to address them as much as we can.
Absolutely, absolutely. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna go to so Jen, if I remember correctly, they need to register
Yes.
ASAP
Yes.
because the sooner we get to our minimum number of people
Yes.
registered, then we're locked in.
Yes.
They're gonna be virtual, but we need to be in the seats.
We
Okay.
need to have. We need to have. In my former occupation, I used to say bottom end desk. So we're gonna need to have some
Yes.
bottoms and some chairs.
I love it.
Yes.
I
I
love
love it
it.
too. I
Like
love it.
I'm on here with two teachers, y'all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and then if they need help registering, if they can't find it on our website or they can't
Yeah.
find it on Facebook, they could come
Yeah.
up to the office.
Please.
Is
Please.
there anything else?
Miko, I'm excited to be a part of this history-making event for the city of Mullins. Okay, Miko, for mayor, I'm just super excited that you have taken on this task, and I know you're going to be great at it. It warms my heart to know that I just have a small part in it, and helping to bring NACA, the Neighborhood Assistance Corporation of America, to Mullins is just out of sight for me. I'm just super duper excited about it. Again, it's a nonprofit organization. It's community advocacy, okay? And they're all about helping people to achieve the dream. Home ownership, okay, is just something that so many people think is so far out of their reach. But with this program, it's possible for anyone, regardless to your income, regardless to your credit score, regardless to your bank account. It's something that is possible for anyone if you want to achieve the dream of home ownership.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Miss Davis, any closing words?
Yes, don't forget the meeting on Thursday, 5:30 at City Hall, public planning meeting. We need you there. But while I'm here, let me let you know, I will be running again in District 3 for City Council, and I need your support. Even if you do not live in my district, you know somebody in District 3. Please tell them I need them to go out and vote. I will be getting in contact. I'm doing door to door right now. You might not see a sign up, but I'm door to door, and people are very much aware that I am running again for my seat in District 3. I'm excited about what we are doing. This is not something we started yesterday. I've been on this for a long time, and I'm hoping that I get to see it fulfilled. Again, I want to thank you for all your support you've given me in the past, and I can't wait for the next 4 years.
Awesome.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome. Cynthia Wilson says you have her vote.
Oh,
All right,
thank you.
guys. I'll talk to y'all soon.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So, y'all, man, I mean, running for mayor is really giving me an opportunity to roll up my sleeves and get ready for day one. You know, a few weeks ago, excuse me, I had the animal advocates on my show. And the animal advocates are also a nonprofit organization. And, you know, they're the ones that are keeping these strays. We would have 100 strays running the street of Mullins if it wasn't for their heart and what they do. And Pick 42 Foundation, I'm going to have them back again because there's a lot to tell about Pick 42 Foundation. But today, with the work that they're doing with the partnership with NACA, right? So the city doesn't have to do it all. The city needs to do what the city does. And we need to have good relationships with the nonprofits. Myra Davis, she runs a nonprofit, Comfort with Passion. She helps with cancer patients, right? Imagine if we were all working together, then the city could focus on the city business, the nonprofits could help the people, you know, and then we could just be stronger together. I mean it deep down in my heart. I don't even know how to express how important stronger together really means to me. And are there people that don't buy into this? Absolutely. Absolutely, there's people that don't buy into this. Are there people that think that if I have if I have this, then you're going to be taken away from what I have? Yes. But you know what? At this point, we can't focus on them. We're 129574. No matter where you live, you got that zip code, we're all in this together, right? And so, especially with me running, I'm listening to a lot of voices at the table, and some of the voices are negative. And I don't, I've never in my 30-year career, remember, nonprofit is like a second career for me. I retired in 2019. This is only 2024. So, Miko, what did you do before that? I was the assistant vice president for a major financial services company. I dealt with multi-million-dollar contracts all the time, every day. I built multiple teams. I created leaders of industry that are leading today, even though I'm not there. That's what I did. So I want to bring that to Mullins. And we already have so many good relationships in Mullins. This is just going to be great. I'm looking forward to it, but I cannot do it without you. I need your vote. So that's working together. That's the community working together. That's nonprofits working together. That's government working together. That's all of our nonprofits working together. We can do this. Now, before I go, I do want to share there's some meetings that are happening this week, and Terry alluded to one of them. Tuesday, At 6 p.m., there's the regular city council meeting. So remember, at the regular city council meeting, you cannot speak unless you're on the agenda. You would have had to apply to be on the agenda beforehand in order to speak at the regular city council meeting. But we need to start going. We need to look like Horry County. Horry County's meetings are packed. Okay, I'm in awe of how many people actually show up for those meetings. Let's be great. And to be great, you need to know what's going on. Then on Thursday at 5:30, there's a community planning town hall. This is where it's going to be, I think it's going to be facilitated by Olga Rita, and you will be able to use your voice. You know, it's less formal. She's going to ask you if you have questions and input, and boom, she's right there. People ask me, well, how do you know about this park going up? Or how do you know about the streetery or the EV? I go to the meetings. Now, I may or may not be at these two meetings. Unfortunately, my we have a death in the family, and I'm on alert. I'm gonna have to go to Charlotte. I just don't know when. So I may not be there, but I will be back no matter what on Friday for the forum. The NAACP is hosting a meet and greet the candidates and forum. And I spelled it wrong on this thing. It says forum, FORM. It's FORUM. So it's a forum where I'm going to get an opportunity, hopefully, to share my platform with more people in the community of Mullins, people that maybe aren't on Facebook, maybe don't follow me on Facebook. They'll be able to hear my point of view, my platform directly from me. Thank you so much, Tab. I appreciate that. So that's going to be on Friday at 7 o'clock at the Beeson Building. So where is the Beeson Building, you may ask? It's on Airport Court. It's in the same building as DHAC. So I think DSS is across the way. So it's like DSS is this way, and then the DHAC is over that way, and it's at the Beeson Building at 7 o'clock. I will be there, and so will others. People that are running for state senate, people that are running for U.S. Congress, people that are running for city council, mayor, and I think Nichols as well, because it's a thank you so much, Terry. It's a Marion County thing. Okay, so that's 7 o'clock, and I will be there. I think that's it. Listen, y'all have a great week. Please, if you know anybody, I will just ask somebody if they're a homeowner. Because if you're not a homeowner, you need to be at this NACA meeting. Okay, let's get these mortgages. Let's rebuild our town together. Love you guys. See you soon.